Taiwan, I'm Ethan Liu with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan's biggest airport has been criticized for its handling of a routine runway repair earlier in March, causing hundreds of flights to be delayed or rerouted. Chris Gorin reports on the uncertainty felt in the air that day.
In early March, Taoyuan International Airport carried out 3 days of routine runway maintenance. But there was nothing routine about the chaos inside planes and control towers on the first day. With only a single runway left operational, the airport was over capacity, and pilots were left circling in the air for hours, waiting for permission to land. One pilot, Li Xinyan, says she and other pilots were in a dangerous position.
Mayday 就是很紧急的，我现在即刻马上就必须要得到一些协助。
所以当天真的有发生这种情况吗？
有，他们都有跟航管宣告说，我们目前的油量不足。
Li's flight path from Guangzhou in southern China that day shows that she was forced to circle 3 times over the Taiwan Strait before approaching Taoyuan, only to be turned away. She was forced to land in Kaohsiung to refuel, becoming one of 12 flights diverted that day because of low fuel. But it wasn't just the planes in the air with fuel problems. The long delays on the ground also forced planes waiting on the runway to turn around and refuel.
所以后来给的油料，滑行的油料都从过去可能是15分钟、20分钟的这个油量，一次就加到了2个钟头，甚至更多的油量。
And adding to pilots' uncertainty, air traffic controllers were giving inconsistent instructions, creating conditions that could have led to a collision.
他本来讲的是维持22000，然后后来呢，那只是通常我们到那个点我们会是20000，所以后来我就再跟他确认一次，说，跟你确认一下，是不是到这边是维持20000次还是22000？就后来他给了第2个高度，第3个高度是21000，然后后来最后他跟我说，你到那边是20000，所以他光这个指引他给了我3次。
But some airport professionals say it's not all the air traffic controllers' fault.
那他都是接受的飞机以后来了以后才能管制。以管制员的立场来讲，他本身没有这个能力，完全没有，他没有这个能力，他没有，甚至于没有这个权限。
Nearly every flight on March 3rd experienced some delays, some extending into the next day. The runway repairs were forced to end 16 hours early due to public outrage, leading to rushed repairs. The Transportation Ministry says it's reviewing the incident, but for the 500 flights and 90,000 passengers affected, such promises could be cold comfort. Patrick Chen and Chris Gorin for TaiwanPlus.
Foreigners with disabilities are at a disadvantage in Taiwan because most don't have the same rights as Taiwanese citizens. This discrimination also hits the children of foreigners who decide to come and set up home here. Louis Hua went to meet one such family.
Matea Mawa attends this daily program in Taiwan's eastern city of Taidong. She's 20, but has a cognitive age of 3 and requires constant supervision. But under Taiwanese rules, she doesn't qualify for this type of specialized care without a certificate of disability from the government, and her parents had to search across several cities to finally find this group.
我们不接受他，那这个孩子放在家里面，他其实我们就失去了他这个不管是跟同侪的互动，或者是社会的参与等等的哈，其实都是很可惜。
Mawa has cat cry syndrome, a rare genetic disorder. Her family moved to Taiwan when she was 2. But when she turned 18, they realized she was shut out of adult programs that are funded even partially by the government because she doesn't have official recognition of her disability.
Special needs centres in Taiwan, like this one, say they can't accept people with disabilities without a certificate from the government, which most foreigners are not eligible for. Activists say that by not catering to the needs of foreigners with disabilities or their children, Taiwan is missing out on international talent.
A recent change to the law now allows foreign residents from 4 nations with reciprocal arrangements to apply for a disability certificate, which would unlock subsidies and services. But these foreign nationals must hold permanent residency, which Maura does not, because she's in Taiwan as a dependent under her father.
In 20 years, I'll be 72. I won't be able to lift, carry, bathe, do all of those things for my daughter. And the issue now still is that if she doesn't have this disability ID, this pass, then it's hard for us to apply for any kind of help, even for a home helper, even to come in for a couple hours and just kind of help out with a few things.
Uwe Mauer, a former head teacher, has for 15 years helped Taiwanese families with disabled children through his own non-profit, organising social activities and teaching them skills such as how to grow their own food. He now hopes his own daughter is not shut out of Taiwanese society. For the Mauer family, Taiwan is home. They don't want to leave and hope Taiwan can embrace all members of its society, including a young woman who spent 18 years of her life here. Klein Wong and Louise Watt for TaiwanPlus.
A ceremonial sword that once belonged to Taiwan's former President Chiang Kai-shek has been returned to the country. The director of Taiwan's National History Museum traveled to Japan to receive the sword from the museum in the town of Hakone. The sword was given to the head of a Japanese news agency by Chiang's son, Chiang Jingguo, who died in 1988. The museum in Hakone has a section dedicated to Chiang Kai-shek with a variety of items from Taiwan. The director of Taiwan's National History Museum says this reflects the relationship between Taiwan and Japan in the post-war period.
因为日本跟台湾之间有更多的复杂的历史关系，所以说日本的国内是一直有民间支持台湾、支持中华民国的一股力量。
A Cobbler shop in Taipei is defying the rise of throwaway culture by keeping the art of shoe repair alive. The shop's second-generation owner has plenty of business, and he says he's not going to retire. Zhang Van Trist has the story.
65-year-old Gao Qingyuan has been stitching and hammering away in this Taipei cobbler shop since he was a teenager, repairing the city's worn soles and broken heels. The workshop and the vintage equipment inside is his inheritance from his father, who started the business.
因为看爸爸做，然后我小时候玩具中的工具呀。
His siblings went into other trades, but after an apprenticeship that lasted through his student years, Gao continued to work in the shop, wanting to help his aging father. It's been a physically taxing career, taking a toll on his eyesight and, as his wife says, his hands.
你修鞋有刀子很多啊，剪刀什么很多啊，也是常常会有职业伤害啊，可能一刀子不小心划下去就缝了10针了。
Despite the cuts and scars, Gao has made a successful living. And though he's now around the same age as his father was when he retired, Gao says he's not going anywhere. There is still plenty of business, and he has a loyal customer base, many of whose shoe sizes he knows by heart.
我先生刚开始是来修皮鞋，但是之后他连布鞋、一些比较休闲的鞋子也会拿过来修理。
But it's the custom jobs that he remembers most for people who can't get shoes anywhere else.
我最感动就一个新加坡人，就受伤嘛，所以脚变成萎缩了，然后他在新加坡那里做了鞋，没有人愿意跟他修，特别拿到台湾我帮他修。
The shop hasn't changed in years, and there's a comfort in that for his customers, especially those who live abroad. It's a slice of old Taipei they can come back and recognize. And it's proof that even in a modern consumerist society, there's plenty of demand for quality workmanship and mending. Kama Xu and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. You can visit the TaiwanPlus website and follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Before we go, come along with us on a mini safari to the Masai Mara Game Reserve in Kenya. I'm Ethan Liu. Take care, and I'll see you next time.
For more stories from Taiwan and around the world, download the TaiwanPlus app.